Okay, I think y'all can see me okay. I'm gonna do that. I think my bunk light's on, but it's not real bright. Plus, I don't need to close my curtains here. I'm so freaking irritated, y'all. So let me tell you, this is gonna be the video. I was gonna do a different one, but things got more unique, so this is gonna be the video. I had a load coming out of Idaho that went to Cisco. They knew by the fact that I left the consignee, which was a previous load I had prior to the load I picked up in Idaho. I got out of there late. And that was due to the jack trailer issue. So with all the issues with jack trailer, it caused the load to be late, plus the fire on 97. So all that caused that load to be severely late, meaning they had to reschedule it. Originally, they were going to take the load, and I was like, hey, this load has been so hellish, you can take the load. Take it. You can have it. But instead, customer service for the company I work for, they rescheduled it. And they rescheduled it for 17:30 in the evening. I forgot what day it was. They also scheduled me for a pickup of a load at 4 o'clock, 1600. So 17:30 is 5:30 in the evening. 1600 is 4 o'clock. So I'm supposed to be delivering the rescheduled load at 5:30 and picking up another load at this other facility in Idaho at 4 o'clock. Now, what you have to understand about what I'm about to tell you is the load I was scheduled to deliver at 5:30 was in Corrine, Utah. I'm supposed to now pick up a load at 4 o'clock in, was it Burley, Idaho? Burley, Idaho. Can't happen. So my driver manager said, hey, Shannon, it's a pickup. It's already a preloaded trailer. Don't worry about it. Just get there when you get there. And if you have to do your sleeper berth there, do that and just communicate it with us. So, and if we have to, repower or whatever, we'll do that. She says, but we'll look at it at that point. Just go ahead and grab the load. I'm going to get the miles for picking it up, so not a big deal. I'll go pick it up, and I'm figuring they were going to just, I figured they were going to probably take that load off me in Salt Lake, because that's one of our refrigerated terminals. They did not. So I rolled on with the load as far as I could go, knowing that it was not going to be on time, because this is where I went to the facility and they were kind of jerk-offs. And that's the Cisco load. It wasn't Cisco that was a jerk-off. It was a company that was sending it to them. And they were kind of like just very cold. And like I said, it could be my persuasion, because I was in that area of the country where they might not like my type of people. In trucking, I'm going to talk about racism in trucking. And there's a lot of racism in trucking. We'll talk about that later in another video. I'll take these off. Anywho, I knew the load was going to be late. I got as far as Cheyenne, Wyoming, or Rawlins, Wyoming. But on my way out of Utah, I saw the ominous clouds, and as soon as I hit I-80, the snow, rain showers began all the way to about 100 miles before I stopped for the evening at my fueling location. I fueled in Rawlins, Wyoming, and did my shower and wash laundry. Got hot dogs for dinner and went to bunk. Sent my late call because I knew I was going to be late. They knew I was going to be late. Anybody knows I'm going to be late. There's just no way I was going to be on time because when I got it, because they actually had updated my projected time available. In Rawlins is where I found out that they were going to reschedule the Cisco load for early in the morning on today, which was at 4. I was supposed to deliver at 4 a.m., which I did. So I headed down, got out of Wyoming because Wyoming was supposed to possibly get more snow showers, and they were going to drop down to 30 degrees. And like I told you, I don't drive nights if it's been wet with a 30-degree temperature. If the roads are wet, there's been any kind of precipitation, rain, any kind of water, I do not drive if it's under 34 degrees. And the reason is because you're driving the possibility of ice and black ice, which is going to be a bad damn day. I shut it down. So, yesterday I get into Denver. I handled, go to Walmart. I had to get some medicine because I was feeling like I was coming down with a cold. You might be able to hear a little bit of it. Got to Walmart, got a few things that I needed, personal items. Got meds for, because that's time of the year you should have meds. I'll do a video on meds. It should be on the truck. What Bill is saying ringing more and more true. I might have to move a little bit quicker than what I was expecting to do because I'm very irritated. So, as I get in, they send me a new load. And the new load they send me was picking up in Greeley, Colorado, which I already knew Greeley is always, if you get Greeley, it's usually going to be beef if it's refrigerated. And it was beef. And it was for pickup at 1400, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And remember, my load delivered to Cisco this morning at 4 a.m. First problem is Cisco load. They gave me an address, which is probably the address they have, for the corporate side of the building. Wonderful Cisco has zero instructions to truck drivers on where the truck driver location is. So I had to do some unique pulling myself out of this area of this truck and U-turning the hell out of it in the middle of God knows where. We won't even go there. So that I didn't go down any of the restricted roads that Cisco is surrounded by in this part of Denver. And I luckily ended up back in front of the corporate offices, parked the truck on the middle of the street because I didn't have parking because there's cars on the street. Walk up to the dang corporate buildings, saw one of the workers going in. I was like, look, I'm driving that. You guys have absolutely no signage that tells me how to get to the truck side. And your phone number right now is not available. So basically you have no customer service, nobody answering the phones because you're not open yet. But yet trucks are delivering. So there should always be a way, someone to communicate with. That's totally frustrating and insanity. Whoo! I had to shake it off because I'm so irritated right now. So the guy was really nice. He was nice. And he gave me the information. I had to go out and go around. And there's another street which should have a different address. Or if you just use that address for that street, it would take you to the trucking side. At this point, I'm in their dock from 4 in the morning until about 9 or whatever o'clock. I have to go get the trailer washed out because it's beef. My company has an account with Blue Beacon. So I found a Blue Beacon that was really close at the TA in Denver. Went to that thing. All I got to do is just put the number, and I don't have to pay no money, no Qualcomm checks, no none of that. And they'll build the account for the company. That's what they did. Got it washed out. Went inside. Got me. Nobody was really open except for Burger King. I got a fish sandwich, which they did early for me because it was really breakfast, and I didn't want breakfast. I wanted lunch. So I got a fish sandwich, and I got a burger because someone told me I was going to need something later. They didn't have any, what's the name of the place? They didn't have any, y'all know, Subway. So, did that, and then I got in the truck, and when I got back to the truck, there was a note on there saying, hey, head to this shipper ASAP, we'll let you know more. Well, the problem was, that was already my plan. I had called the shipper for the beef the night before and told her, ma'am, I'm a so-and-so driver. I have a load that's picking up tomorrow, but I also have a load I'm delivering tomorrow early in the morning. I'm going to probably be done with that very early. You guys are only 60 miles away. Is it okay if I come and sleep on your yard until my scheduled appointment time? Do you have parking? Absolutely, honey, you can come. Okay, I had already done all of this. Which then told me they're going to take this load. Which I'm okay because it was Southern California. And y'all know I hate Southern California. I'm rolling hours, so I don't have... Honestly, I knew I did not have the time. But I figured when they sent me the load originally, they did not have a scheduled time. They didn't even know what time this load was supposed to deliver. They had no set time. So all I did was get 60 miles out of it, which is a local run, which is what you knew you were most likely going to do. So what these jerk-offs did, they sent me 60 effing miles from Denver. Got here. The people were nice enough to get me in the door, but they are a little bit not as savvy with their organizational skills. So they got me loaded by about, I got there like 10 in the morning. They told me to put it in the door. They didn't start loading me till like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. I'm sitting in the dock. I guess my driver manager sends over messages. She then calls and she says, hey, the other team is wondering where you're at. And I was like, I'm here at the property. She says, I'm sorry. She said, they're wondering, are you being loaded right now? And I said, well, yeah. I said, but the other problem is I'm down to 3 hours on my clock. 3 hours. I was just coming under 4 hours. So 3 hours on the clock. I said, you and I both know how long with reefer it can take to get loaded. I said, they've been loading slowly but surely. I said, I'm back here in the bunk taking a nap because I'm exhausted. I told her I only got 5 hours worth of sleep. So she says, okay. And I said, if I find out more, I'll let you know. So I went on back to the bunk, laid down. Then the guy comes because they locked our brakes so you don't have a jerk off who pulls out. The guy comes. Hold on. Y'all, I'm hot. And this idle thing, that's an I gotta go. I'm over it. I'm over it. This whole idle policy crap is insane. So the guy comes and he unlocks me and he says, go ahead and pull up. By this time, it's now almost 3 something. So now I'm down to 2 hours and a little change left. And I mean little, like 17 minutes. 2 hours and 17 minutes left on my 14-hour clock. So he says in about 15, 20 minutes, he says, go ahead and go upstairs. Your paperwork will be ready. And the stairs, anyway. I pull out of where I'm at. We seal the doors. I back into another dock area that's over to the side that nobody had been using that day. Because right then, all of a sudden, there's all these trucks on their yard getting loaded. I pull up, and one of the drivers from my company, he was in the entryway. Well, if I got to go back to them stairs, I'm going to go all the way around and go right and park in front. Because I'm not walking this whole entire little facility to then go all the way up the stairs. So when he moved, I moved in his spot, parked the truck right there, and then walked up the stairs. Literally, I waited for the paperwork for over an hour. We won't even go into that. And I kept going back to the window every 15 minutes. And I'm running out of hours at this point. And I know I'm like, I only have an hour and change. There's no way I'm getting this. They wanted me. They had contacted me. And now what they're doing is they're going to give the load to a team. I'm going to take the team's load. And I'm taking that into Utah, which is like 400 some miles. The team is supposed to take my load all the way into California. Okay. This gets so freaking good. So when my driver manager calls me, I said, so are we doing a swap? They're taking my load, I'm taking it. She's like, absolutely. She said, because they're a team, they can get it there on time. I was like, oh, okay. You see my look on my face, right? So I said, well, if we run out of hours, my driver manager, Rebecca, if we run out of hours, I said, what they need to do is they'll bring the load over here and we'll just swap out everything here at the terminal. Here at the truck stop or here at the facility. I'm trying to work with you even though I think this is asinine. You should have sent a day cap for this effing load. It's 60 miles outside. You knew the hell I couldn't deliver it. Oh, Lord Jesus, I'm so irritated. So, by the time I got done, I had 47 minutes left on my clock when they finally got the paperwork. Sent my loaded call and sent a detailed message. I'm going to read it to you. Let me read this message to you. I'm going to read you exactly what I wrote. Let's go here. Out of hours to get to Denver terminal. Waited an hour for the paperwork. Team will have to T-call swap here at Summart. And I give the address. I'm parked near the fuel island. Okay? So I'm telling them they need to bring their trailer here. I'm going to give them my trailer here. Follow closely. That was at 4:36 p.m. Denver time. Then at 4:43 Denver time, I said, please advise approximate time they'll be here. I need to go take a shower and then sleeper berth. Long day. Nothing mean. Nothing mean. If they responded, you did. No one responded to that message. So I didn't know, are we swapping this load here? What's going on? Nobody's responding. At this point, I sit, wait, I go inside. I eat dinner, come back. No response on the Qualcomm. Not one effing word. Finally, I pick up the phone and I call. And it's the freaking Utah group. I forgot what his name was. He answered. I said, look, here's my truck number. Because they don't know who the hell you are. They know your truck number or your driver. They don't really give a damn. You're just like freight. They don't really give a damn. They care more about that freight than they do you. So, I said, look, I'm trying to find out because I'm tired. Are we doing this here? Where are we doing it? You guys haven't responded to any of the Qualcomm messages. So, I have no idea what the hell is going on. And the guy says, oh, they're on their way to you. I said, so how far are they? I've asked you this in the Qualcomm message. They're about 30 miles out. Wait for it. This asshole driver comes bobtail, left the effing trailer he was supposed to bring to me at the terminal. I go ahead and give up mine because me and my driver manager, we're going to have a come to Jesus meeting tomorrow because I'm going to tell her the next time some shit like that happens, I will not unhook this truck. I'll make that bitch go back and get that shit. Because that was some bull crap. Excuse my French. I'm so irritated right now, y'all. You have no idea. I make him come to my truck. I said, where is the trailer? It's at the terminal. You were supposed to go there and get it. I said, dude, we're supposed to be swapping trailers. Why didn't you bring that trailer with you? Well, they said you were going to go there. I said, dude, I'm out of hours. Otherwise, I would have brought this in there. Well, I lost my mouth. You need to take that up with them. I'm having the same issue you're having. You need to take that up with them. That has not. He said, they say you're a solo driver. I am a solo driver. You see anybody else up in this damn truck? I said, look, we're both having the same issue. I said, but you also need to scale a load. You have a scale a load? Why would I scale a load? I'm not towing the trailer. I just brought it around the damn corner. This is a day cab job. Anyway, so he's frustrated, which I get. He's frustrated because there's something weird going on in this office, but they about to lose some more damn drivers with the BS. So I'm getting on the Trucker Bill page, run, don't walk. I sent her an email. I'll read that in a minute. But I did put it on the Qualcomm because I wanted official. And I said, please note, the driver, 181301, did not bring the other trailer for the swap. After I have a fully resetted sleeper berth, I will head to the terminal to get, or please find another driver to take, and I will reset here in Denver. I sent my driver manager a master email, and I told her, I said, please, because I like her. She's not a bad lady. There's something going on, and I'm sure it has to do with the merger. I'm absolutely positive it has to do with this merger. And I'm sure these babies, everybody's scared for their jobs, so they're just doing either a half-assed job or they're trying to do too much and they're effing it up even worse than what they were before the merger. Okay, that's really the truth of it. So, Bill has said, he said that you're not the only driver going. He had picked it up from me telling him what was going on in some of the messages I got from the previous lady I had. He said, no, they're effing over other drivers. You're not the only one. He said, I told you, I read, there's a lot of drivers rolling out. Because I've had an increase in miles. I mean, huge increase. And all of a sudden, so I'm going to reset, and I got to get I'm just trying to get to Lubbock. But if they don't honor me getting to Lubbock, I will be getting to Phoenix. And in Phoenix is where Shannon might be doing, bam! Because I got other groups in Phoenix that are like, we want you. So, y'all, I'm going to do, I watch other truckers, obviously, and I read a comment that was made by someone on a trucker channel because this one trucker, he's jumping from company to company. Real quick, trucking has a huge turnover, and the reason it has huge turnover is because of this kind of stuff. But it also has a huge turnover because a lot of times they'll promise one thing and they don't deliver. So they promise you home time, they promise you a certain percentage of pay, they promise you a certain average of miles, and they do not deliver on those fronts. So then you have a huge turnover in particular companies, and there's a reason for it. And I'm going to use an example. When I went to Pride, Pride, not Prime, but Pride, when I went, I had been 7 months off the road. I only had like a year experience between Swift and Werner, okay? So I had been a year off the road, 7 months off the road. So I knew my backing skills were going to need some work. I need to get reacclimated to a truck because I only had driven for a year, right? Plus trucking school maybe in a year and a half. So when I talked to the recruiter on the phone, she's like, oh, you'll go out with one of our trainers for like maybe 7 to 14 days. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let me tell you how long I went out with them. They put me on that truck with her, and they had me go to Vegas and come back, and I tested out, and they gave me a truck. They did not allow me to acclimate. My acclimated was, you can back, you can drive. My backing wasn't great, but you'll figure it out. Here's the older one of our trucks. Have a nice day. Here's your load. Peace. So what you told me, you did not totally honor. And so that's some of the issues, and that's when people do this. So they basically, what happens is trucking has a huge turnover because people are looking for a trucking company that fits their needs. You're already out here OTR. If you're OTR, there's other local, but I'm talking about OTR. You're out here OTR, you're out here away from your family, your friends, your normal life. And you expect the company to try to meet your needs as best as possible. The gentleman that I met that was the school teacher here, he said, he said, when I first started with this particular company we're with, he said, I got my home times on time, pretty much they got me as close as possible. He said, but lately, they haven't, he says, in the last 2 years, and I'm like, 2 years is too damn long. They haven't. But again, typical of most people, as we get older, we don't like a lot of change. That's my big thing. Like the driver manager I had, if I could take her wherever I went, we'd be gone. I'd already been gone. That's the only thing I think keeping me is I really like her. But at the same time, I'm not about a bunch of foolishness. And right now, there's a lot of foolishness, and I really think it is tied to the merger. I think that these people are either freaking out, they're trying to prove themselves, and either they're doing too much, which happens a lot of times, or you've got the I don't give a damn attitude, so they just do a whole bunch of effed up stuff and don't care. Something like that is what's going on. I'm almost positive, because even the behavior of this man, even though he was a dick for not bringing the trailer with him, it told me what I needed to know. So me and my best friend had talked. She said, Shannon, it's time for you to go. I said, girl, you're never lying. So I got to call her in the morning. But yes, I wrote my driver manager all about this. I said, also, if you can see if you can get another driver to take this load, I'd rather just reset here in Denver. And I'm good. Because right now I'm so pissed off. Driving is not what I need to do. I need to just chill. I need to chill the hell out. I need a day and a half to get my mind right. So I'm really praying that they have another driver who can take that load in the morning. And I'm going to tell her, she can call me. Because I'm going to tell her, I'm going to send her another message in a minute. Please call me. And yeah, so I'm not happy. But anyway, I'm going to try to put this up tonight, guys, because I'm so blown away right now. No, too. So he bobtailed over here, left the effing trailer. Then he going to say, well, why am I scaling the load? Nigga, excuse me, dude, I ain't taking the damn trailer. God forgive me for y'all. I keep it real. I'm not taking the damn trailer. You are. When you scale a load, even if you scale a load for this truck, you always need to scale it for your own truck, because it can cause it to be different based on the weight of the head of this truck and whatever you got on board. I'm not scaling that load for you. You're going to scale that load for yourself. I took this load around the corner. I'm not taking it long distance. You go get it scaled. You go through the trouble of COM data and all that. You go through that. You couldn't even bring the damn trailer with you. You lucky I unhooked from this thing. But anyway,